Hello everybody, welcome to your Daily Pop. Today we have beautiful turkey and generosity, hummingbird and joy, and parrot and expression. I love the spirit of turkey because this says it's time to be generous. Generosity is not just about money for sure. It is about people around you that may need other things from you, like attention, time, love, a favor, something like that. And oftentimes people aren't very outright with it. They drop subtle hints because they don't want to be a burden. So look for those when we're really coming from a heart space. And let me just give you a little clue here. Our head, a lot of times in our logic, will try to override our intuition and say, oh, no, you just spoke to them, or you just did this, or this conversation just took place. But release that head space and go directly to heart space, and you'll be able to recognize if it's a true kind of message or little nudge, like, I'm kind of lonely. You can notice that on IG too, when people are just, leaving you little messages and asking you about things, and they're open to share and have a beautiful exchange of conversation. It's really important that our heart chakra is open to that so we can be generous. And this is also saying, do you feel like people try to suck your energy up like vampires and force you to create walls around yourself? That's when it's time to drop the fear-based beliefs and realize that you have plenty to give without having to worry about negative consequences, right? I know a lot of my friends will go, oh my God, if I get in this conversation, it'll take forever, right? Or, oh my God, if I open this door, they're going to kick it open and bring in all their luggage. Things like that. Let's not bring that headspace in there, which is our ego, which will all the time try to do that to ourselves. But our heart space knows this individual or this group of people or whatever, they just want to converse, they just want to connect and be generous. Give without expecting anything in return, and your confidence and abundance is always going to support you. I'm going to tell you, I had a really beautiful surprise today. I was answering all my gorgeous birthday wishes, and I thought, oh my God, there's if I do each thing individually, I'm going to be here for hours. And I thought, I haven't seen some of these people or talked to them on Facebook in so long. I'm so excited. They still know I'm alive, that type of thing. So I was so happy. I saw this little thing on my feed that said a package had arrived, and it was a big box of awesome beads for beading and making. So my Christmas presents for everybody later. So that brought me to this joy card, which I love. And it is amazing when we allow our heart and intuition to speak above our headspace, knowing we're always going to have enough time for everything that we want, our little wants and needs, right? Always choose joy over fear, because this strategy always helps and leads us to the best possible outcome all the time. It may not be easy to reconnect with this profound truth, especially if we're facing dark circumstances sometimes, but that's why we need to generate a higher vibration in our consciousness and feel the humming sound that a hummingbird makes with its wings can, raise our mood. I remember my mom had a hummingbird feeder right outside her window in one of her houses in Maine. And I was like, I just love sitting there. I was so attracted to that. And I was just like, it's so wonderful. But this lets us know that, when we apply some kind of sensible strategy to the idea that we will always reap what we sow, we instill positive energy. If I put this resume out into the world, there are going to be people that respond, that sort of thing. Expect the best too. I'm telling you, it raises your vibration. It really attracts the things that we need to. Just feel all the good things. The ball is rolling in the right direction. And again, anticipate that things that are wonderful that we want to take place are going to take place, as opposed to feeling like, I know for one, my anxiety-based friends or clients or whatever, that is sometimes a problem that they have. They're like, oh my God, I feel really strong and happy and optimistic and extroverted right now. But what happens when all of these people say yes to these things? Am I going to have, the chutzpah and the energy to respond? But remember, you always have the right to close that door and postpone and do things at another time in a cycle that works for you, right? That's why I don't really cement dates, because I don't know how I'm going to feel on that date. I'll give a vague I'd like to do something within this week, and then play it by ear. Because some days, like I was saying in my prior video, I feel like, let's go take on the world and go to New York and go nuts. And there are some days I can't even deal with my cats. You know what I mean? Because we need to reassemble, we need to realign, and we need to reignite those passions. And sometimes if we're just out there extroverting 24/7, we need to rest and restore. So I love this expression card because this is saying, don't be afraid to shine. When this spirit comes, your expression can take on so many forms. Did you maybe remain silent too long when you need to tell another person what you really think? You know, what if I'm judged? What if I'm criticized? What if I'm ridiculed? That might happen, but if it's stopping you from sharing your gifts with the world, if you wait for everybody's approval, you may wait a very long time. So go out and express. I used to think this is crazy because, you know, I had a lot of social energy. Everybody was always like, oh, you should go in the school play and you should go do this and that. And I remember getting on the stage and I could not stand it. And I knew right then, I am not an actor. No way. I do not like, first of all, it's like all those lights in your eyes and having to, like, I could get on a stage, I'm not kidding, and talk from my heart for hours, but I can't memorize lines and then try to become somebody else. It is the weirdest thing. I have this weird dichotomy where I cannot do that. But I could go on and I could express feelings from my heart. It's so bizarre. But that's what I mean. I knew that that was something that wasn't for me, but I thought, hell, I'll try it. Again, acceptance, fame, admiration, all of these things. Sometimes that comes in when we start to express ourselves. I knew somehow fundamentally in my heart that I would be awesome at YouTube, that I'd be awesome at expressing these ideas that I garner from books and philosophies of the world. Because one of the gifts that I do know that I have is a talent to express something that I have read, understood, and then I could reinterpret it in a really simplistic fashion. I knew I could do that. That's why I loved when I was babysitting kids and they'd ask me crazy things like, what do clouds taste like? Yada, yada, yada. I don't know why, but I had the answers for it or my interpretation of it. And like, kids loved me when I was babysitting. They thought I was freaking Mary Poppins because here I came with all these crazy, you know, I think like a child, like, what do clouds taste like, man? It's like cotton candy, but blueberry, you know, like all of that kind of thing. Express yourself how you want, when you want, and you'll feel like, I don't care if I impress or I disappoint. This was meant to be said, and I'm going to say it. So that's your Daily Pop, you guys. Love and light.